We had a slight weapon malfunction, but everything's perfectly all right now. We're fine. We're all fine here now. Thank you. How are you? Welcome back, everybody. This is part 3 of the issues 78 through 80. So in this one, we've got to get this fixed up. So I figured one of the things I want to do is test to make sure. I never did get around to making sure that the lights would not bleed through, so we're going to do that real quick. And once we get that figured out, hopefully the lights don't bleed through, other than I'm sure that there's some, I can see light like through this side or whatever. For whatever reason, I don't know why, these don't seal down as well as they should, but that's okay. We're just going to have to adjust fire and make it work. So what I'm going to do now is go ahead and connect this extension cable. I'm not going to glue this together right now, but what I do want to do is just kind of make sure that this is all going to work. And is that the top? Yeah, nope, this is the bottom. This is the bottom here. Yep, you can tell by the way it's bent, so it comes off like that. So we'll get this put in here like that, and then get this top put on something like that. Get it pushed down as best we can. Get our handy dandy ring. Figure out how this goes on. I thought there was a way this ring went on. It goes on like this. So you can see there's little notches here. Those fit along the side there. And that's going to hold this together, which is definitely something that I want and need it to do. Now when I paint this, when I fix up the paint, I won't have this on. I'll fix up the paint without that on. But I'll probably, I might leave it on actually. Only have to do this side here, but I will be masking that off, and I will mask all this off here. Okay, so let's go ahead and plug this in. Oh, that's not going to work. That extension cable just does not do the trick. All right. Well, that's unfortunate. Hmm. It's a good thing I'm taking this back apart. I don't know what good that extension cable is. Didn't do me any good. All right. There we go. Squeeze that together. You kind of need to go on somewhat symmetrically. There we go. All right, that'll hold it down. So one of the things I'm going to be looking for when I turn this on is I want to see if there's a glow around here, because if there is, I do have, if you recall from way back when, they give you this tape to put around to black it out. I'm hoping that the paint, the black paint, will take care of it. I'm anticipating some light around this seam here and maybe this seam here. Let's see how that works. So let me kill this light. I have another light on over there. Hopefully that won't be too much. Let me kill this light and see how this works out. So you can see a little bit of light through there, and obviously light through there, which means I'm definitely going to have to do something about that. Might be enough that I could caulk it. I don't want to put that tape on along this seam because one, it'll be a pain to try to put that tape on there, but two, the sticky part's gonna be white on the back, so it kind of stick through. So I'm gonna have to come up with something to hide that for sure. So, which is something I was anticipating, but there's no glow around there, so the black paint took care of any glow that we were gonna have. That's good, right? So, all right, let's go ahead and get the lights back on. There we go. Turn this off, and I might just paint it like this, but I do want to pull this power cord off. There we go. Make sure that's off. So that was the extra power box that came with my brother's, so I'll be able to continue using that. All right, so first things first, let's start masking this. So we're going to mask this all off. And I think I showed this last time. This is about the right width. It's just off by about a 1/16 total. So all right, that should be good enough to take care of that. Got that all masked off. It shouldn't take very much to take care of that. So I will get that painted, and then after that dries, I can mask this section off, and then we can repaint that to make sure that that bleeds, runs together really well. So I will go do that, and when we come back, we'll come back and mask this off. So see you guys in a little bit. Here we are. We've got this outside part painted up. I've went ahead and pulled the masking off here, and gosh, actually it looks like could use a little bit more paint right there. It looks a little dull, so maybe I'll have to remask it and take care of that. I was gonna mask this part off and spray that. Maybe I'll still go ahead and do that and spray that, remask it, do that. I'll do that part off. This part again off camera, but at least this part's taken care of. But right there looks a little bit light. Thought I got it, but sometimes it's hard. But we do need to get this blended in together. So let's go ahead and get this masked off so we can take care of that, and we'll go from there. All right, that should be good enough. I'm going to touch this area up as well. So we'll just kind of give it a spray here. Blend this all the way up to about there. If you look, you can kind of tell. So we'll get that all touched up, and yeah, we'll go from there. Well, the last clip that you saw was all of the footage that I recorded when I was doing all the painting of all of this stuff. So I wanted to share that, and since I already had the footage, I figured I'd do that. So let's go ahead and remove the masking off of here. There should be no additional painting that needs to be done here. So one of the things I was going to do as part of this process was I was going to make sure that this part of the hull that it was sealed really well. And I've been trying to rack my brain on the best way to do that. And as of yet, I have not come up with anything that really is going to be easy to do, because my fingers aren't long enough to get them all the way in there. I'm going to double check just to make sure that this thing is seated correctly. Because it goes into some grooves, and if it's not seated correctly, then maybe that's what's holding it up. But it's definitely not going together very well. So I'm going to take a look at that. Otherwise, I'm going to have to come up with something. I've thought of maybe taking some of the putty, this putty, and basically just kind of building a lip there. And I thought about that. I don't want it to be something that could break off. I thought about just electrical tape, because the electrical tape would be black, but again, my fingers aren't long enough to get all the way in there. What I might have to do is do electrical tape, but like kind of put it on halfway and then just kind of press it over. So we'll take a look, see what we can come up with. But so we have all the masking off, and whatever I do, I'll do it obviously before it all goes together. But um, let's just look, see how this came out. So that is a lot better. It's a lot more even all the way through until where I wanted it to start kind of fading into these different colors. And I had showed the picture before, and so that should be helpful. And again, we got that, and I'm pretty happy with how that one came out. But that is all together. I do want to show, so I didn't notice it before. Where's it at? And apparently I'm not noticing it now, right here. So on the dish, you can see that there was a bubble there and I didn't realize it. And when I had masked this for this part, and I took the masking tape off, that broke off. And so I've been trying to fix it. It's not coming out very well. And partially, I mean, it's covered up. You don't really see it unless you're looking for it, but there's still kind of a buildup right there of the paint. Plus, I've had to put several coats on, and it's really kind of affected the details. So what I'm going to do is strip this off very much like I did with the cracked paint, and then I'm going to fix that up. So um, I'm going to take care of that, and I will just do that off camera. So that'll be some of my off camera work. So there is that. That takes care of, should take care of all the little bitty things. I am going to still do this one, and I'm going to just do this one by hand. As I mentioned before, I'm going to go ahead and use um, the orange rust. Did I buy 2 things of yellow ochre? Apparently I did, but I know I have some orange rust here somewhere here. So this is the one that I was painting on all of these ones here. And I don't know if we can really tell the difference. So we have orange rust, which is this one, and this is the yellow ochre. I don't know if there's much of a difference, but I'm just going to kind of hand paint where this one needs to be done, so that way those can get mounted. But anyway, those are all taken care of. So we're going to actually begin with issue 78 next time, and we'll just do a quick preview of what we need to do here. So because I don't know if I went through this, I can't remember if I went through this already or not, but so in 78 we start putting these 2 mandible pieces together with the framework on the outside, and that's one of the reasons why I needed to make sure that I got these detail painted, so that when I mount them in there, I'm going to be good to go. I have not painted this yet because there are a lot of pieces that go on here, and those don't actually get attached until like issue 91, I believe, something like that. So what I'm going to do is, I had mentioned using the silly putty. So I'm going to go ahead and try the trick of the silly putty, and I believe it even uses that as a suggestion in one of these issues. Actually, might even show it in issue 91. I'm not sure, but I'm going to wait and paint that and the side pieces and everything once we get to that point. So in the next episode, we'll put all these side frames on, and apparently even some of these pieces here, at least these 2 pieces, 4 pieces that go on. Now, one of the things I want to remind you is the end piece, and that's one of the pieces we're going to get in issue 79. That's where it goes to the end piece here, and I might hold off on putting it on because I believe all these pieces just kind of press fit in to here, and you can like glue them if you want or whatever. Well, I want it to be able to come apart easily, just in case for some reason I have to replace the LED or something. So I had seen somebody who had used the little magnets, very much like what is used on all of the external pieces, that you need to be able to remove. So I'm going to see about getting some of those magnets and getting that attached. So I will have to review that before I get there. Plus, I need to figure out what magnets I need to buy. Um, Obviously, if they cost too much, I'm not going to do it. But if I can get them for the right price on Amazon or wherever, I'm going to go ahead and do that. So that's what we're going to do in the next episode. We'll actually begin issue 78, and we'll see how far along we can get with that. So again, I want to thank everybody for watching, and hopefully you've been watching Book of Boba Fett. I just finished the second episode, and it's getting really, really good. But anyway, may the force be with you always.